Attention all pharmacy industry professionals. This isn't your grandfather's podcast. This is...
What the hell are you talking about? Our grandfathers never even listened to podcasts. The internet wasn't even around.
Shut your pie hole. My grandfather loves podcasts, and so does my maka.
Your what?
This is the RxRated Podcast, part of the Pharmacy Podcast Network.
Did you say maca?
Put the fidget spinners away. Punch in the coordinates for the jump to light speed. And do or do not. There is no try.
What kind of asshat introduction is this?
The podcast dedicated to all the pharmacy professionals in this crazy sector of healthcare.
What was that?
The RxRated Podcast.
Dude, seriously? You already said that 3 other times. This is bullshit.
Welcome to the RxRated Podcast. This is your host, Dr. Jeffrey Winger. That's at JWingerPharmD on Twitter. And with me is Mr. Robinson. How are you tonight, sir?
Can't complain.
So, anything new going on? Seems like a slow news day. Not much happening. I noticed traffic is a lot lighter. I'm getting around a lot quicker these days. I walked my dog today. And some weird lady was standing at her window, just staring out of her window. I didn't know what that was about. Is it a national holiday or something? Everything's closed. What's going on?
It's a motherfucking pandemic. That's what's going on.
I'm older than you. I'm almost half a century old, and I have never seen anything like this. The real estate crisis wasn't like this when that crash happened in 2008. 9/11, the aftermath of that wasn't even this bad. I've never seen, maybe my parents could talk about Cuba and the Cuban Missile Crisis, maybe that, but really in my lifetime, I've never seen anything like it. Have you?
No, I've never seen anything like this. This is a first.
It's kind of freaky because you always think about it. You got all these apocalyptic movies out there, all these zombie movies about the end of the world. And now we're getting like a little taste of what that might feel like, and it is a little freaky.
This is the first time in history that we can save the human race by laying in front of the TV and doing nothing.
So let's not blow it, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Be a couch potato. I see these memes where it's like the person is skinny on day 1, and by day 30 they're fat. A lot of funny memes. Yeah, it's good. People are keeping up their sense of humor on Facebook and various places. People are funny.
You know, it's I think gas was like $1.78.
Holy shit.
I'm like, we all need to stay in once a month. If that's what it takes, everybody just stay in the house for a couple days.
Yeah.
Get those gas prices down.
But now I want to drive around and empty my tank so I can fill it up again. The gas that's in there was expensive, goddammit. I want the cheap gas. I have not been working. I took a sick day, a 12-hour sick day, and then I have a 3-day weekend. So basically I have a 4-day weekend. And so I don't know what the latest is at work, but I'm hearing things on Twitter, like people are saying that certain pharmacies are putting up signs now, social distancing signs. You're starting to see those now where they're saying keep 6 feet away. A lot of pharmacists are talking about, are we going to get hazard pay? They want hazard pay. When are they going to supply us with protective clothing? Have you seen this on social media, all this talk?
Yeah, I've seen, I went to the grocery store today, and the place that I was getting some groceries, because in Illinois, I think starting tomorrow, you're supposed to keep your ass in the house.
Damn.
So I went and got a few things, and the grocery store I was at, the pharmacy was shut down, but it was just drive-through only. So I wish they wouldn't act that at my job, but
I wonder if doctors are still writing paper prescriptions. It would make more sense to stop doing that too, right? Everything should be e-scribed.
You know, I had a dental appointment and another appointment, and it was immediately rescheduled. So I assume everything is sent electronically.
Wow. Yeah, so on a more serious note, I guess people are talking about potential martial law. They're seeing tanks roll in New York and places like Baltimore. And have you heard anything about this type of shit?
No, but when I was getting water, I did get a bunch of ammo.
Good for you. I was going to ask, do you have a gun?
Yeah, I have 2 of them.
Mine was stashed in the basement. I have brought that baby out. He's with me. It's like, I want that thing close to me.
Well, you know, it's just so crazy. Got my concealed carry permit just because I've been hearing horror stories from just different pharmacists of people like, you know, one person was like, well, the pharmacy is closed. And they were like, well, I just need something. They're like, well, the pharmacy's closed. You know, it's 9:00. And then when they went to their car, so the person tried to run them over and called her a fat bitch. So I'm just like, man, these people are crazy.
Yeah. Society can break down pretty fast. It's quite remarkable, really. Sad. On a lighter note, you been doing any binge watching?
No, I'm actually gonna start that this weekend since pharmacy's kind of like slavery. I watched Harriet Tubman. Give me some tips on how to escape. But I'm trying to think of something that I should watch. So
what do you have?
I watched all of I think it's Narcos. I don't know why I like these Netflix things that related to like drug dealers and drug lords, but I literally watched all of Narcos in 3 days.
What other subscribing services do you have besides Netflix? Do you have Hulu and Amazon Prime and all that shit?
I don't know. Like my Samsung TV has like all these different options. It has Sling, Hulu, Vudu, Netflix. So sometimes I'll order movies for like $3.99 that's on there, but I mainly just look at Netflix. I'm more of a documentary person.
That's good. Yeah, you can download apps like IMDb and Tubi and other ones that are free. You just have to put up with commercials, but they got some of them have some good stuff on there. I haven't been doing a whole lot of binge watching. That's sort of my thing anyway. I just got done binge watching Community, all 6 seasons for like the 7th time. So I'm putting in DVDs and just binge watching Rick and Morty and shit like that. But how about exercise? I have sort of a gym in my basement. I got a treadmill and some weights and a bench and stuff. So I worked out pretty good yesterday. I'm actually a little sore today. I'm surprised I worked out that hard, but I totally blew it off today. I'm so mad at myself.
You don't get the same type of, you know, my workout takes an extra 45 minutes because you don't have that urgency because the gym's going to close or other people want to use the machines. But I have a weight bench and the treadmill and a bunch of dumbbells and a bunch of resistance bands. So
that's good. I did walk on the treadmill for about a half an hour, but I was just doing that to warm up and my stomach was acting up. I'm like, I'm not going to work out today. I am sad that my gym's closed though. Is anything open besides pharmacies? I really haven't been out much lately.
Pharmacies, grocery stores. You know, my daughter was getting restless, so I went to Hobby Lobby and got some like activities. I don't know why they were open, but they were open.
I assume Home Depot and Lowe's are open probably, right?
Yeah.
Any fast food restaurants? Are the fast food restaurants still open?
They're open, but drive-through only.
That's good.
You know, to prevent the spread, but pharmacies aren't. So I don't know.
I have a pretty good supply of liquor right now, but if I start to get low, are the liquor stores still open? That's when I'm.
Well, the grocery stores still sell liquor.
Yeah, but I like to go to the liquor stores to get my liquor. You know what I mean? They got more variety. I think the prices are more reasonable.
Well, buddy, I hate to break it to you, but you may have to go to the grocery store for liquor.
Yeah, if worse comes to worse, I'll go to a CVS or a Walgreens and buy some booze.
My dad, he had a kidney transplant, and I called him the other day, and, you know, he started this Amazon business. So he's like, I'm at the post office sending out packages. I'm like, if you don't sit your immunocompromised ass down at home, let mom take those packages.
I just got off the phone with my parents a couple of days ago. They were at Walmart. I'm like, why the hell are you at Walmart? It's got to be like Thunderdome. What are you guys, crazy? They're like 70 years old.
I think the older you get, you're just like, fuck.
Don't give a fuck. Well, my girlfriend went to Costco yesterday. I'm like, why are you at Costco? Are you crazy? Are you insane? Although I have to admit, part of me is wanting to go out to these places, not to shop, but just to people observe, people watch, or do something stupid like stand in line for 2 hours and then just buy a bag of peanuts or something. You know what I mean? Like go to Home Depot, get some bug spray. Just stupid, non-related shit that, you know, everyone else is getting supplies that you need to survive, and I'm buying bug spray or something dumb. I thought about doing that just to kill time, but let's stay home.
a friend of mine was doing he does stand-up comedy, but he also does improv, and he was actually going to Thailand, China, then Japan, then this whole corona hit. But so he was stuck in Thailand, and he finally just got back somehow. And he was just on Facebook a couple days ago. He's like, y'all motherfuckers out of toilet paper? We got plenty in Thailand. And just literally records the whole aisle, and there's nothing but toilet tissue for like 8 aisles. And he's like, we got plenty of it here.
I saw a hilarious meme where someone TP'd a house and the tree in the front yard with toilet paper, and they said, I just increased the value of my house by, $100,000. It's true though. If people are desperate for shit and you throw it all over your house, like, hey, you want it?
Somebody made a coronavirus rap, which was pretty hilarious actually, and it's like 4 dudes outside dancing with Lysol to a rap song about the coronavirus, which was funny.
Speaking of going to pharmacies for booze, when do you think there'll come a time when they're gonna have to close those as well?
What, the
pharmacies?
Oh, pharmacy? No, those will never be open, because even in Illinois, where I'm at, where there's a lockdown, it's pharmacies, gas stations, grocery stores, and hospitals and banks have to stay open. So,
damn. So we're sort of frontline, kind of forced to be there type of people. I do not look forward to going to work on Monday. Can't imagine.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a mess. I'm surprised nobody's updated you.
No, not at all. I might call my lead tech later just to say, how was Thursday and Friday? Because she's about 63 years old, so she's getting up there. I'm a little worried about her. Our other tech isn't much younger than that, so if they stop showing up, it's just going to be the pharmacist running the whole show, and I don't know. Yeah. It's chaos. It's unprecedented. I don't know what to expect.
We'll get out of there, because they're concerned. They're like, I don't want to be here. We don't have masks. We don't have gloves. Everybody who's come there, a lot of people are sick. Everybody's trying to get like a 360-day supply of stuff, and they want it right away in the drive-through line. Now they have a checklist of things that you could get for them, so they don't have to get out the car. So you got to run and go grab that.
Oh, Jesus. That's a pain in the ass. Well, I heard hydroxychloroquine is showing positive results. I texted my partner on Thursday and said, you might want to order hydroxychloroquine. I guarantee he has no idea why I told him that. I probably should have explained. Because he doesn't watch the news. He doesn't follow. He doesn't even know who's running for president. He has no idea what's going on. So he's probably going to totally ignore that tweet. But we should have stocked up on that when we had the chance. But it's probably too late now. What else is going on?
Pretty much this pandemic. That's all anybody's ever talking about. I posted this thing where somebody on a roll of toilet paper, every ply had a different day of the week, so you could ration it out.
I'm gonna bring. I did this already, but we were fine because I heard CVS was running out of toilet paper. So at my pharmacy, I thought we might run out of toilet paper. So I brought some with me for a couple of days. I'm like, nah, we're good. It seems like it's under control, but I think starting on Monday, I'm going to start bringing my own toilet paper again, just in case.
They actually got toilet paper calculator. So you type in how much toilet paper you have and like how frequent your bowel movements, and it'll tell you how many days that will last.
Well, that brings me to my next question. How long do you think this is going to last? Do you think by July we'll be like coronavirus? Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was pretty scary for a couple of weeks. Or
when's Memorial Day?
I don't know. I should know that.
I think it's after that.
Yeah, I'm hearing August. Really? That long? It's not going to last that long.
I see people buying so much toilet paper. I'm like, I don't think I should enough because I bought some that I thought would last me a couple months, but it's not as much as I see people buying. I'm like, man, I'm not shitting enough.
It doesn't even cause diarrhea, right? So why is the toilet paper a thing? It's not a symptom.
I don't know. I threw away my Fiber One bars. I can't take no chances.
I heard the symptoms are fever and like muscle soreness. Kind of sounds like flu or cold symptoms, but I don't remember diarrhea being one of the symptoms of coronavirus. I have no idea why people are freaking out. Besides, if you got paper towels, just get a sharp knife and cut the paper towel roll in half, and there you got 2 toilet paper rolls. right?
When I was growing up, we were poor, so we used to just wet newspapers and wipe our butt with that. So worst comes to worst, I got a couple newspapers.
Yeah, I saw someone that had a homemade bidet. Basically, it was a sprinkler and a chair with no seat in it. You just turn the sprinkler on and clean your ass, sit on the seatless chair, and you're good to go. It's like an Australian toilet or something. Is it something to be concerned about? Yes. People are probably thinking, why are you doing a silly podcast during this pandemic? It's because it's not as bad as you think.
Because your ass is going to be stuck in the house like, God, yeah. I wish I had something to listen to.
And you need some sense of normalcy. You need to have the shows that you watch still be on, the YouTube channels that you listen to still be doing broadcasting. It helps you feel like things are still kind of normal.
I ain't heard shit from these anti-vaxxers.
Wasn't Jim Carrey's ex-wife, Jenny McCarthy, former Playboy model, like really anti-vaccine? If I remember what she's doing these days.
There won't be any if they come out with a vaccine for corona. It's funny, like when Prevnar came out as recommended, they, all pharmacists, you got to push Prevnar. Or when Shingrix came out, it's a recommendation. You got to push this. But when it's recommended not to be in places of 10 or more people, they don't want to shut the pharmacy down.
Yeah, no shit. It started at, 100, and then they said 50, and now it's like 20 or something. They keep lowering
it's 10 now. I'm like, hell, I got
10
people. Hell, I have 10 people in the line waiting to pick up prescriptions.
No shit.
Well, because the thing is, like, you got to think about it. Like, think about during flu season. Like your store is slower, but like a store like mine that's busier, like people still coming to work sick because they don't either want to leave the pharmacy short, or they're maybe they don't have any more call off, so they're just trying to hang on to keep their job. But there's a lot of reasons why people just keep coming in while they're sick. If one person has this, nobody can come in. Like a whole pharmacy could easily have to just shut down. And if you do that, especially like if you have towns where there's only one pharmacy, then you shut it down, then nobody can get their prescription from that pharmacy because there's nobody there to transfer it. Or if maybe that town has 2 or 3 pharmacies and one shuts down, then the other one's overwhelmed. It's not like you keep coming to work through it.
And then you're going to need at least 10 or more employees to keep the place functioning. So what's up with that? Some pharmacies are so busy they have about 14 people running around.
But hey, at least Tom Hanks is okay. He got it.
Tom Hanks and his wife, and
well, they said Tom Hanks beat AIDS in Philadelphia, so he'll beat this.
Idris Elba has it.
How are the NBA players getting this test that I thought was a shortage of?
They're millionaires.
And is that a HIPAA violation? Maybe that doesn't apply to HIPAA. But I'm like, their business is just out there like, they got this disease. I'm like, are they okay for you to just blast them on ESPN?
Maybe. It's remarkable how many famous celebrities are getting it. Like, I don't know a single person that has it in my small world. Do you?
No, I'm sure there's a lot of people who have it. We just don't have the test. That's why, like, when the numbers go through the roof of how many new cases people flip out, I'm like, they've been had it. We just had tests. It'll
be interesting. This will be a learning experience. I'm glad the millennials are going through this because they grew up sorry, no offense, but you guys grew up with really no conflict. 9/11, like, how well do you remember 9/11? I can't believe that was 2001. That was almost 20 goddamn years ago. That's amazing to me it's almost 20 years since 9/11. It's incredible.
Somebody stuck a tampon over their mouth. It's like my temporary face mask.
Yeah, I see a lot of people walking around with the germ filter mask, and it's like, okay, whatever makes you feel better. It's really not going to do anything unless you get a fancy one. It's just funny to me. Yeah, you see these homemade ones, and they're pretty inventive. They like people making their own hazmat suits with duct tape and shit. Got to hand it to the average American ingenuity. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, the only thing I really stocked was just because of my daughter. I got some Pedial, some Tylenol, just some of those things. But if I get stuck in the house for 2 weeks, I probably could afford to lose 5 to 10 pounds anyway. So.
Yeah, I should. It's cold. I'm surprised how cold it is here, but I'm wanting to go, at least do some jump roping in the driveway or something.
Yeah, I want to go for a jog, but I don't want people to
Yeah.
stare at me like, what the fuck is he doing? His city shut down.
There's a
But
lot of people
I
I
think you can
still
still
see.
go outside though.
Yeah, they're jogging, riding their bikes. I thought about doing that today. It was just too damn chilly.
It's kind of interesting. Like, what the fuck else is going on in the world? There's got to be other shit that's probably going on that we just have no clue.
Well,
I
the
guess
conspiracy
part of
nuts are saying this is a distraction. It was a manufactured distraction because real shit is hitting the fan that they don't want us to know about. Like, okay, where do you get your information from? You got spies, hiding out in D.C. or something? Like, how do you know? You know what I mean?
They say everybody's supposed to be getting a check.
Yeah. I don't buy that for a second. I mean, they'll give it to some people, but why the hell would they send me a check? Me and my girlfriend, her pharmacist, like, they're not going to send us a check.
They said they send them to everybody.
I'll believe it when I see it. If they do, what are you going to spend it on?
And then when you file your taxes, they're going to be like, well, we're going to subtract 1,000.
Yeah.
They said they got drones now that's supposed to fly around and yell, get the fuck back in your house.
I saw one kid walking his dog with a drone on Twitter. He put the video up, and someone made a good point. Like, yeah, but who picks up the poo? That was an astute observation. Yeah, very clever. You're walking your dog with a drone, but when it takes a shit, the drone can't pick it up.
It's so funny. President Trump, like, sometimes in these press conferences where he's rude, it's kind of funny.
Oh, I think he's hilarious.
Where he tells those people, you two should get out, you're too close.
Yeah. And what do you think about him calling it the Chinese virus? You think that's racist?
I laugh, but I don't know if it's racist. It's just that when he says that, people react and then attack Asian Americans. So that's the part where it's like, if people had common sense to not then overreact and start attacking Asian Americans, then that's where it's like, you have to be careful what you say. But at first I laugh, but then when I start hearing about all the people who are getting attacked.
Well, two things on that. I do see people posting pics on Twitter that show print screens of CNN and other news organizations calling it a Chinese virus just a couple months ago. But all of a sudden, now it's not okay, even though they themselves were doing it just not that long ago. Second thing, my girlfriend is Asian, and her two daughters are Asian because their dad is Chinese. So I am concerned that some ignorant rube, some hillbilly is gonna, maybe my wife sneezes or one of her daughters coughs, and some nut, goes off and hurts that. Yeah, I do kind of worry. Like, God, people, do we have to be this ignorant? I can't believe we're this ignorant in this day and age. Like, just because they're Asian doesn't mean they're responsible for this. It's the fucking country of China that's responsible for this. Not especially they're half Vietnamese. They're only half Chinese. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, he said that China was trying to blame it on American troops, and so he wanted to make sure that everybody knows where it came from.
Yeah, well, China's been a shit country for a long time. I've never trusted. They're communists, for Christ's sakes. And yeah, they lie. And they were saying something about our military is responsible. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? That doesn't even make any sense. So, like, oh, a communist is lying? This is my shocked face. You know what I mean? It's like, why would anyone believe these guys? Ruthless communist dictatorship. Like, whatever. I'm just glad we got someone in there who is not going to put up with any bullshit. Love him or hate him, at least he has our interest at heart, and he's not going to put up with any bullshit. It might backfire. He might take it too far and piss off somebody, but I'll risk that over some appeaser who wants to hold hands across America and put daffodils in gun barrels and hope that solves all the world's problems. No, I want a guy that's going to say, hey, you fucked up. Now you need to pay. I want that guy in the office. You know what I mean? That's just the way I am.
Yeah. Now people don't want to, is it affecting the economy, especially a lot of people not eating at Chinese restaurants.
Oh, God. Well, shit, we lost thousands in our 401ks and stuff. I mean, the stock market is tanking. It's killing us. But, again, that happened during the real estate crisis, and it rebounded. America will come back stronger than ever. Just got to hang in there. It's not going to last forever. If people don't want to eat at Chinese restaurants, it's because they're scared. I mean, It's not like they're racist per se, right? They're just afraid. Maybe that fear comes out of some sort of ignorance, but they're not mean. It doesn't come from a place of animosity or hatefulness. They're just frightened, right?
That's a debate for another podcast.
Because I saw AOC like, oh, racists. Like, come on, everything is racist now. They're scared to eat the Chinese food. Which, by the way, why is it okay to call it Chinese food, but you can't call it a Chinese virus?
I don't know, but I know they got dollar menus now.
Oh, you know what? The local Chinese restaurant put their menu in our mailbox. They're actually capitalizing on this. Like, hey, you can't leave your house. Guess what? We deliver. We'll bring the food to you. Like, good for you. That's what I'm talking about. The entrepreneurship.
I was watching this video where, because in Florida, all of the spring breakers are supposed to not be on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 6 black dudes walking on the beach, and they're like, get the fuck off the beach. And they're like, not leaving the beach. So then they start shooting them with rubber pellets. And they're like, this is racist. I was like, dude, you're supposed to be off the beach. Like, you're supposed to be in the house.
Yeah, they're so dumb. Florida closed down the beaches, finally.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, guys. This is. There has been a lot of police brutality, but this isn't it. Your ass is supposed to be inside somewhere sitting down.
I understand this is spring break, and you plan this trip, and you want to come to Florida and go to the beach, but you can't be drinking beer off of a stranger's asshole and not expect to catch something. Maybe not coronavirus, but you're going to catch something. How about you don't party like an animal and you skip this one? You're still young. It's one spring break. Of course, when you're young.
I get it. When you're young, like a spring break trip, you saved your money. Like,
exactly.
It's not like you could just go to work and get your money back. Like,
yeah, this is interesting. Hopefully, we learn from this. Like, it's almost like a quasi-social. We can like learn how to better be a society as a result of this. Like when you empty the grocery shelves. And then you see the picture of that 81-year-old woman staring at empty shelves. It's like, don't take more than you need. Leave something for other people. Don't be a selfish prick.
I'm interested to see, like, will plane ticket prices still be cheap? In Chicago has 2 major airports, O'Hare and Midway. And somebody said flights are so cheap just to beat traffic. I caught a flight from O'Hare to Midway to beat traffic. But
that's another thing.
Maybe car prices will be cheap.
Now that the roads are empty, how about we fill up these potholes and pave the fucking streets? Like, wouldn't this be the perfect time to fix the roads?
Yeah.
Where's the politicians?
I will say this about China. When it first came out, everybody was like, look what China's doing. They're forcing people in their house. They're just rounding up people on the streets. But they actually did it, in my opinion, correctly, because I think the mortality rate is higher. Like, Italy has surpassed China because China was on it in the beginning. You couldn't get out the city. They shut everybody down.
Well, as an Italian American, I can speak to this. The problem with Italy is its culture. They're very group oriented. They love to get together in big groups and party and eat and drink wine, and they're always hugging and kissing on the cheek when they greet each other, and the hands and the hugs. So the shit's going to spread like crazy in a country like that, as opposed to Japan, where you just bow. You don't touch. You don't shake hands. You don't kiss on the cheek. You just bow. The virus has no shot in Japan. But in countries like Italy, yeah, they're doomed. When you think about it, I mean, I shouldn't be laughing, but it is kind of funny. I could see a good SNL skit that contrasts different cultures and how the virus spreads based on how much they touch one another. There's a joke in there somewhere, right?
Yeah. It's a little too soon. But
too soon.
They said since nobody's in Italy, like all the dolphins came back. What's that? The river, the boat.
I saw that.
Up and down. And a lot of places, animals are starting to come back. It made me think, like, if Earth really wanted to get rid of us, how nature would just take back over and animals would just...
Oh, it wouldn't take long. It would be like I Am Legend with Will Smith. You'd have deer and lions running around New York City. It wouldn't take long. Weeds would start growing up out of the pavement.
Hello, it's your drug dealer. I thought I'd call in case you needed anything at all. You can always call me just to talk. but I mostly want to sell you drugs. Drug dealer.